Hello friends, welcome to Programming in Your Hands. We are going to see a very important topic in programming, that is Fibonacci series. Now, what is Fibonacci series? It was founded by an Italian mathematician, Leonardo Fibonacci. This is nothing but a series of numbers. Okay, it starts with 0 and 1. And after 1, each new number is just the sum of the two before it. For an example of Fibonacci series, if you see, you have 0, 1. And the next number would be the sum of these two, 1. And next number, this will be the sum of these two, 1 plus 1. And the next number would be the sum of these two, the previous two numbers. So it goes on as a series. And this is Fibonacci series. Now we'll see how programming can be done using Fibonacci series. Okay. Now as you know, we start always with the hash include IO stream in C++ using namespace std. You have int main. This is our main program. And now I have two numbers, the first two numbers. So I'm naming it as first, which is an integer. The value is 0. Second is going to be my 1. Next I have taken I, n, sum is equal to 0. Then we just want something to be displayed. So that is why we have entered as enter the name of number of terms you want. Now I am going to enter the number of terms, that is n. That is, we are getting the input from the user. User can type any number because n is going to be an integer. Now Fibonacci series will be displayed. Now there is a for loop. Okay, so now entering into the for loop, we have two things, right? One, if I is less than or equal to 1, it should display the number as such. If it is 0, it should display 0. The second number also it should display as same, that is 1. So now the first condition for I equal to 0, yes, the condition is going to be true. I is less than n. So now if I am, for example, if I am typing 10, so now I, that is 0, is less than 10, the condition becomes true and it enters inside the loop. So now if I value is now 0, 0 is less than or equal to 1, yes, the condition is true. So now what will be my sum? The sum will be now my I. Always this is an equal to, which means whatever is in the right is copied to the left. So now sum will have the value 0. And now it doesn't enter into the else condition because our value of I is going to be 0. Okay. Now after completing this task, it just prints the sum. So what is our sum value? 0 will be printed as such. So for an example, I am showing you an output now. So enter the number of terms you want. I am just typing 10. Fibonacci series is 0. Now the 0 will be typed. Okay. Now after seeing this closing loop, it enters in and increments the I. Now the I value becomes 1. Now it enters into the first condition. If 1 is less than or equal to 1, yes, again the condition is satisfied. So my 1 will be now my sum. Okay. And it sees the closing bracket. It doesn't go into the else part. Just it comes to this line and my sum value will be printed, that is 1. And there is a tab space here. So it sees the closing bracket. So now what will be my output? Already 0 was typed, then 1 is now typed. Okay. So only these two values remains as such. And the third number is going to be the addition of these two numbers. So now we have to logically think and it should automatically enter into the else part. Okay. The first two will be as such. So it will enter into the if part. And third one, it is going to add the first and the second number. So that is the logic here. So it goes into the else part now. So now my I value becomes 2 now. So it goes, that is after seeing the closing bracket, it enters in. Now my I value gets incremented to 2. So now 2 is less than n. What is my n value? I have typed here as 10. The condition is satisfied. So where does it go? It enters inside the loop now. Now it checks for I value. I is less than or equal to 1. No, my I value is 2. So 2 is not less than or equal to 1. Where does it go? Yes, it goes to the else part now. So now else is sum equals first plus second. What was my first value? I have already given it as 0. Second value I have given it as 1. Because I know always this remains constant. So 0 plus 1 will be my sum now. Okay. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to just swap our numbers. So now my second will become first. Okay, and the sum will become my second number. That's all. This is the whole logic behind Fibonacci series or swapping of numbers. Okay, so now my second will become now first. Always remember, if there is an equal to, the right will be copied to the left one. So now my second is copied to first and my sum value is now my second. Okay, so it sees the closing bracket and prints out my sum. What is my sum? First plus second, 0 plus 1. So my sum value, the next value 1 will be printed. Now I have already given my second. What is my second? 1. So now it has been changed to first, and the sum value, that is the recent 1 value, it is now become second now. Okay, now again it sees the closing bracket and displays the sum. Now my I gets incremented to 3. So now I becomes 3 now. So now 3 is less than or equal to 1. The condition becomes false. So it enters into the else part. So now here my sum equals first plus second. You know already my second is now equivalent to my first. That is and my sum has the value of second now. So now this is these both numbers are now added. Okay, because this was my earlier sum and this was my earlier second. So now I have changed this as first now and this is second now. So these both are going to be added now. So now 1 plus 1 gives me 2. So my Cout sum will be equal to this 2. Hope you understood. And now the loop keeps on continuing until my value is not satisfied. Since we are starting from 0, here we are just using a less than symbol. Okay, so until the I becomes 10, this loop keeps on continuing. So my first and second keeps on changing. Swapping of numbers happens inside. So at last you can see there will be the number of terms 10. Since I want 10 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All these 10 numbers will be printed. Okay, so it goes on. So thank you for your patient listening. Hope you understood the concept of Fibonacci series. Thank you.